2020 ya gona le ba ba godileng gona le ba golang ka osane dintho di a etsagala batho ba ba in their normal lives again. Yeah, it was very tough, but how head to the end of the month wa bona gore no dintho di simula di tsagala but ba tlatsa di trolley ka dintho tse right ka dintho tse right, you know. Yeah, re simule that with our talk for tonight. Our talk, it's about absence of the father, and then Mona Kinali Nke Serobe, and then I believe Nke I just saw on Facebook, and then Haki Cheka Gabonor no man, very interesting topic, and then Gakopa request Akamogela. Maybe somehow, but Habakopa request. Now this is what I do normally. I will go to your profile and check you, go check, go scan, and from there, the types of friends that you have, and so forth, and then okay, accept quarter, decline, right? Eric discussing Yanako, okay. Give me the words.
A very beautiful evening, Westside FM listeners. Nkosi, thank you so very much for having me on your show. I'm actually excited. I'm looking forward to be able to have this conversation with you, which is a conversation that is my passion.
Yeah.
You know, when you're talking about absence of the father, you're talking something that I love to talk about, and I just cannot miss to have an opportunity to be able to speak about such. So thank you so much, Moruti, for having me. I'm excited.
Wonderful. By the way, we're supposed to be wonderful time together, and then because we've got the whole hour, more than an hour together.
Most definitely.
Yeah, about certain things, and then I know for the fact that you were also on radio, one of the radio stations, and then you were also a presenter.
Yes.
So what the first time I did yeah, and then what
next.
Yeah, so hey, how about we someone do you no muchiso, you know what cheesa, you know got the towel kababuda, you know consume food because what cheesa, you know, and then, you know, but yeah, you know these things. We are going to flow.
Okay, Moruti.
Yeah, relax.
Okay, Moruti.
And read
certainly so.
Understand. So then it will be good. But tell us briefly about yourself, where you grow, and the likes. You know, because I think it's gonna be fascinating.
Yes. Yes.
I want to connect certain dots.
Yes, you're definitely gonna connect them tonight.
Yeah.
Nke Serobe is the mother of a teenage, gorgeous, and gifted daughter by the name of Tando Serobe.
Okay.
She's turning 19 in Feb. And a daughter to a single mother called Mapule Elizabeth Tsukudu. Raised and bred in the Val. I'm from the Val. Actually, I grew up there. A little bit of my bio, because normally when I get to speak about myself, Moruti, and introduce myself, I tell people that I'm a miracle child.
Okay.
That's where I just start. You know, the Nke that you're gonna hear speaking tonight, it's a miracle child. I don't know how I made it, but I saw the hand of God upon my life. I am, of course, a pastor. Before I can be an author. Yes, I am a pastor. I am an inspirational speaker. I am an author, a facilitator, entrepreneur, and a former radio presenter, of course, and producer for 103 Hope FM, Gospel Touch, that is in the Val.
Oh.
Yes, Moruti. And I am a founder of the foundation called Absence of the Father, which was birthed through the book.
Through the book.
Yes, Moruti. You know, so I believe we're going to get to talk about how did the book get to be birthed, you know, and then how did I come about it writing the book. But that's a little bit that I can say about me. I love the Lord, of course. I mean, I can't be sitting with a man of God in a show like this, at a time like this, and not mention and declare that my love for the Lord. I love the Lord.
Yeah.
And I've seen his hand upon my life. So I think, briefly.
That's and it's to the core, you know. That's great. Sometimes we are scared to signify, to put a signature, or we belong to the Most High God.
No, I love him.
You know, so it's a wonderful. I thank God for your bravery as well. Right, and then your schooling.
My schooling. You want us to start there?
Let's get there. Let's get there.
I grew up in a Christian family background.
Okay.
Right? So me growing up in a Christian family background, obviously, for some reason, you get into the story, Moruti. You know this thing is spiritual.
Yeah.
So growing up in a Christian family, my mom took me to a boarding school in KZN called Domino Sevete.
Okay.
It was a German school. A founder is German, but it was a Christian school at the mission called Kwasiza Bantu.
All right.
So I grew up far away from home. You know, I grew up with that independence mind, being the only child at home after all, you know. So with time I moved from there and I figured like, I'm very homesick. This thing, it's not working for me. KZN, it's far, you know. I needed to come back home. Then I went to what schools? I went to a whole lot of schools. I went to General Smuts in Vereniging, and I went to where else? But my schooling, it was KZN, then General Smuts in Vereniging, in the Val. Then I went to the technical, then I went to VUT. I did cost and accounting management. I did 2 years, and then I dropped out.
Yeah.
You know?
All right.
I dropped out because I figured that this is not my passion. This is not who I am. You know, I'm good at PR and marketing and sales. So then I discovered that, okay, you need to work around something. So, but currently, Muruti, what I'm working on is to study clinical psychology because I believe that it's going to work hand in hand, hand in glove with this absence of the father, you know, because there you need to understand the mind of a human being. You need to understand how a boy child thinks, you know, how a girl child thinks, and be able to understand how a man really thinks as well and feel about being absent. So there's a little bit of a background regarding my schooling.
All right. Very fascinating indeed. Yeah. Just for you, Nke, we the previous weeks we were in a very touchy subject. The subject of abuse, right? And then that is one thing inspired me, you know what, let me connect with this woman, and then maybe there can be something that actually I get that actually complement the subject that we're talking about, abuse. Understand? So I had authors here at the studio, and then we deliberated on the subject, and then we brought education, teaching, talking about the symptoms and so forth. But now, in the book, let's get a bit into the book there. Absence of the father, right? What came to your mind to start off
such a title? Muruti, I want to believe as you're talking that, and you've just said that you spoke about abuse and stuff. Our society is experiencing difficult and sometimes painful challenges.
Okay.
Such as child abuse, of course, women abuse, alcohol, drug dependency. You know, we talk unemployment, we talk unstable family relations leading to divorce, and many others. And I want to believe, as Absence of the Father Foundation, that part of this problem were attributed to the fact that men moved away from their position. Men moved away from their godly position and purpose. Understand? When you leave your position, you know, when you leave your post, in terms of leadership, security, and resourcefulness, that's where we discover a whole lot of things. And when I did my research, talking to a whole lot of people, young people, even specifically those that are in jail, they will tell you that some of the reasons why they ended up doing certain things and finding themselves being in jail, it's a lack of a father figure. The fact that their fathers were not in their lives. So this was a topic that made me to do an introspection, to say, who is Nke?
Yeah, okay.
You know, I am raised by a single mother, but who am I really?
Identity.
You know, and I wanted to understand why in my journey I had to go through such a painful experience that we're going to talk about. Then I asked myself, I went through so much in a short space of time, and I'm like, no man, something is not right. You know? Then I discovered that there was that void of an absent father.
What are the experiences?
Experiences, Muruti.
Yeah.
Hey, Jesus. You know, when we talk about these experiences, Muruti, here you are Nke.
Right.
You know, the only child at home, spoiled brat, raised by a single mother. You know, among many other things, I would want to say that a child that is raised by a single mother and a child that is raised by both parents, you know, things don't really work out the same. When you are raised by a single parent, I'm not saying at all times, my listeners, please make no mistake. I'm not saying at all times. We do find children that grew up without their fathers, but they became successful and they became the best. With some, it doesn't work out that way. So with my upbringing, growing up with just my mother, for some reason I felt like, this woman just deserted me. You know, taking me, not having that father figure, throwing me at the boarding school at KZN at a very young age. Being far away from home, beginning to start to think independently. And in that kind of school that I went to, for me it was kind of like, what exactly is going on? Then I figured that, okay, this is a Christian school, I love it. You know, but can't I maybe experience both worlds? You know, because now I am used to this kind of a lifestyle. We are taught the word. We are fed the word. You know, and yet I don't understand the other life. So I decided, mommy, I need to come back home. KZN is not doing it for me. I definitely need to come back home and be able to know who Nke is. As I was growing up, I loved the Lord. I served God wholeheartedly, without any doubt, without looking back. Things began to happen in my journey when I was 24. Before then, I think around 21 or so, I was a youth leader at church. You know, I won't mention the name of the church because you know, I was a youth leader at church, and then I went to the Bible school at the age of 23. Back to KZN. About another connection. I went to a theological seminary, you know, to study theology because I had the call of the Lord upon my life.
All right.
24. Me being a youth leader at church, me being at the Bible school, believing that God has called me for lives, to touch lives and impact lives, I fell pregnant. So this is where my story begins.
Sure.
You know, here you are, a child of God that loves the Lord. You know, your pastor signed off to say, you know what, I believe in you. You've got what it takes to be a servant of God. You are called. Then you come back pregnant. I was shattered. I was shattered. I told myself that, Lord, and mind you, it was the first attempt. I lost my virginity at the age of 24. Mind you, I was I was campaigning for true love weights. You know, I was in the forefront talking about true love weights, that no sex before marriage. And here I turned out pregnant. I thought about my mother, I thought about the church, I thought about the community, I thought about everybody else that believed in me, that trusted me. Yes, you know, so I got shattered. It was like the whole world has crumbled. You know, so Muruti, during that time, I'm going to cut my story short, you know, so that we can talk about the importance of a father figure, you know. So during that time, Muruti, having fallen, it became very difficult for me to stand up and to come back. Until I met a man of God. You know, I visited a church, and when I visited a church, I think I was pregnant with my daughter, a prophecy came out. And when that prophecy came out, the words were like this. Man of God, like the prophecy was, there's a woman here who has attempted suicide more than 3 times. You know, and she is a dynamic woman of God. She is caring so much, and the child that she is carrying is a special child. A couple of people went to the front. The pastor said, nope, not you. They went to the front, they said, not you. I knew he was talking about me, but I was embarrassed. You know, I'm pregnant. Most people know me. I stood up. After standing on that altar call, Murutine, the man spoke so much into my life in such a way and said to the servant of God, this is a woman that I want you to take care of. Because you know, when we fall pregnant, like, we get excommunicated in churches, you can't participate, you can't do this, hence you backslide a bit, you know. And he says, like, please take care of this soul. From that day, I'm talking up until now, that man of God has always been that father, you know, in our family. He has always been. In my book, there's a chapter where I speak about the importance of a spiritual father. I know most people, they don't like the subject. They believe there isn't such, but I understood it. So Muruti, then thereafter, I gave that man trouble. I gave that man trouble. Because I'm one person that is, I'm very smart, most unfortunately. I'm very gifted, you know. When I do something, I take it and I run with it. So I got a job at the car dealership. Your actual car dealership, you know, where you can get to drive all these cars, the Beamers that people, when they look at you, that's where my life started. I thought I've got it all. You know, you staying in Senton, you working at Senton, I got to forget who I am. I forgot my identity. I forgot that I'm a child of God. Then I began to live a double standard life.
Compromise life.
And when I began to live that way, it hit me in a turn, and I understand. You know, so during that time and during that walk, God called me in a very, very painful way, if I can say it. I didn't understand why it had to happen, but it had to be my daughter. Remember I told you when I started doing, I've got a very beautiful 19-year-old girl. Age 6, she got molested. Twice in a row. Where does Nke stay? Where is Nke? Where is the child? Nke is this absent mother that lives in Glen Austin in Midrand, that works at BMW, that drives all these flashy cars, night clubbing. You know, no time to even to go home. You would go once in a while to go and check them out. But I was an absent mother, and I understood the pain. So when this hit home, when my daughter got molested twice in a row, I was not at home. I wasn't there. You know, then the Lord taught me something. I said, God, you know, I understand. We all know in our society that the man that molested my daughter was HIV positive. So the thing was, God, if you can do me one thing, if only you can save my daughter from the virus, I will serve you and live for you for the rest of my life. I will leave everything else. I said I will leave everything else. And by God's grace, God did it. But the sad part is, during that time, during that time, the society, the community decided to burn our home because they thought, like, why Yena? Why is her daughter a victim of rape? Why twice? You know? So a mob of people, instead of them fighting against the men, you know, but decided to set our home. The only home that we had. Sometimes you thinking, man, these things, what is happening? They were happening in a short period of time. It's the daughter losing a home, having to go and rent in townhouses in town in Vanderbilt Park. You know, you are homeless. I had to leave my job because I figured this is not going to work. I need to refocus. I need to find myself because I cannot be out there and this is what is happening. The next minute we say, Mama, I was thinking, let me just buy this place. You know, it was a cluster house. She paid a deposit of about 100,000. You know, how? The challenge is here. My daughter comes back and says, Mommy, whatever we're going through, the same child, you know, age 6, 7, says, Mommy, whatever we're going through, it has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with us. It has so much to do with you. Remember, before you gave birth to me, you were at the Bible school and you never completed. So until you go back to complete what God has called you to do, things won't change. So she reminded me of the story of Jonah. You know, running away from your calling, running away from the Lord. Then spot on Muda went back to the Bible school. Guess what? The Lord was using me in a dynamic way. I started to focus. I said, you know what, I'm going to live for the Lord. We're talking around 2008, 2009, I began to focus. You know, and I was preaching. We're having one big home sale, you know, and the Lord was using me mightily when it comes to, like, you know, miracles, signs and wonders, you know, deliverance, healing and all those. But I asked myself a question. Mudim, why are you using me so much when it comes to healing? Why are you using me so much when it comes to deliverance? Then the Lord said to me, I would never use you in the area of healing if you were never sick. Mind you, I'm not sick. I would never use you in the area of deliverance if ever you were not in captivity. 2010, you want to know what happened? It's good. Yeah, in 2010, then it was the worst. I think the year started okay, you know, because I'm born in Feb. On the, I think a week before my daughter's birthday, I decided, no, man, this is not right. Why is the Lord using me so much in healing? Let me just go and revisit, you know, these clinics and check myself. Am I okay? Is everything still fine, health-wise and all those? To my surprise, and I went there confident, okay, yeah, I'm this girl, this gorgeous, this beautiful girl that feels you've got it all. Yeah. You know, you can preach, the Lord uses you and all that. When I got to test Moti, the results came out HIV positive.
Yo.
It was a blow. It was a blow. It was a killer. It was a blow.
Everything shuts down.
It was like the whole world has collapsed. I didn't understand myself. I didn't know where I was. I didn't understand, God, what is exactly happening here. I had just repented. You know, I had just decided to follow you. I'm committed when it comes to the things of the Lord. Why this? Why now? I understand the rest of the other stuff that I had to go through, but this one.
Yo.
And yet I pray for people.
And they're getting healed.
They're getting healed. You know, some you'll pray for them over the phone, and experience the power of God. You know, and this to me, it was like July 2011, because I was what do you call it? I didn't really accept the circumstance. You know, I was in denial. July 2011, Moruti, my CD4 count went to 4. If you understand, you know, when your CD4 count is at 4, you are at the stage you're more gain. You are at that stage whereby your skin, you know, your weight when you are a size 34, you are wearing size 26. You know, you can't really walk, you can't really drive yourself. At that time, that's when I experienced the power of God. I normally say to people, I cheated death. And I cheated death twice. Talk about the second time where I cheated death. You know, at that time, it was like, no, this is not going to happen. I had to have a conversation with the Lord. I took 2 chairs. I said, God, you and I need to have a conversation. I called because I couldn't walk. I called literally to go to the dining room to go and pray at 3 a.m. and took 2 chairs. I said, Lord, I'm seated here, you are here. You and I, let's talk. You called me, you anointed me, you appointed me, and you said I must go and preach the good news to the nation. So are you going to let me die in this situation? People are not going to look at me and say, yo, Nke failed. They're going to say, Nke's God is a failure. And I said, I've never known you to be a failure. I know you to be the God, the healer. Can you do something about the situation so that people know that the God that I serve heals? Moruti, I'm talking because one has a stubborn faith. You know, during that time, I said, Lord, you gotta do something. I stood up, I went to the clinic, started on ARVs, took them for 6 months. I told God, I said, nah, I'm not gonna drink this thing for the rest of my life. You better do something about it. So, Moruti, as we are talking, it's 8 to 9 years. Then I've been walking my journey, living, actually, without taking ARVs. But you don't want to know the challenge.
Yeah, I think the challenge will definitely be the challenge. Yeah. I'm shocked, in fact, because of we are going to talk about the book.
I get it, that's what you wanted to know, my background, to say, how did it get to absence of the father?
Yeah.
You know, so my story, packaged what's in there. My journey, packaged what's in the book.
What's in the book?
You know, even when I get about people, they say, oh, there's so much wisdom. When I speak about the importance of a father figure, you know, when I speak about the effects of a negative impact of an absent father, the detached fathers, the baby mama drama and everything, people, they thinking, they don't know, Guti, I had to be cooked.
Yeah.
You know, the Lord had to cook me.
Yeah, let's get into this. According to you, the definition of a father.
A definition of a father. I want to believe that a father is supposed to be a man that is that support system for the family and for the children. Somebody that embraces and give their children love and support. You know, when we speak about an absent father and a present father, I normally tell people it's not about your money. The love, the support, being there, it's what the child needs more than anything. A father is somebody that we need to look up to. Moruti, in the body there's the head.
Sure.
And there's this part. So without the head, nothing can be able to function. And then the head needs the eyes, they need the nose, they need the mouth, they need the ears. You know. And then for some reason, God has made a man the head.
Okay. That's true.
You know. So if you take the head, if you chop the head, how am I going to function? How am I going to live? So the fact that fathers play such a major role and an important role of our lives it says a lot. Hence the subject, absence of the father, is the most moving subject for me, because I understand the importance of a father, because I never grew up with one. He has never been in my life. And I want to believe that most of the things that I had to go through in life, it's because there was no man that had to model a father figure. You know, and when there is no man that models that father figure in your life, you end up finding yourself living in obscurity. In life, you are all over. You know, how na order. Nobody calls you to order. At such a time, how na ngwana kena kana go itse. You know, how na ngwana a kena kana go itse. Mabo makrisa ga ba shasha. You know, o shape bo high night prayer, you bona o di bitse kaofela. You know, all these things say bona like ka re di sharp, di sound that di right. But a father will have that discernment.
Yeah. I'll share the one.
Are you not going there?
Yeah.
You know, and me not having that opportunity whereby I could refer back and say, Daddy, is this right? Me not having that opportunity of being embraced, being hugged, it makes you end up looking for love in wrong places.
Yeah. Because you need that to fill up that void.
You never had it. So you end up looking for love in wrong places. Hence, we're talking about all the social ills that we have out there. They are actually attributed by this absence of the father.
Sure. Powerful indeed, yo. Now, in there is women, that are very much established, and then are single, and then they say, no, we can make it without men. Right. I guess you went through that. Right. And what can you say? Is it really they can make it without, or maybe it's just a statement to disguise?
It's just ego, Morutine.
Yeah, pride.
Yeah, it's just pride and ego to say we can make it without men. We do need you guys. So much, Muruti, in a way, you know, when you're looking at the effects, the negative effects of not having a father. Imagine if you were a father, you were there. Maybe we would be talking less about suicide rate. But now there's 5 times average of suicide rate. You know, we have like increased rates of depression. Children are depressed. You know, and even those single women that say, I can make it without a man, in most cases, you look at them, you trace them, they are the ones that be going to the clinic, to hospital, got depression. You know,
stressed.
Yes, yeah. You are very stressed. So even when you're talking about rates, study divorce, it's because of this father figure that we never got to have. So I want to say not to women that say I can do it without a man, it's not the truth. I also want to say to the woman that says, I'm okay, I can be able to afford my own child's lifestyle. You know, I can be able to take care. I have a car, I've got everything. My daughter goes to the best schools. It's okay for you to have that. We bless the Lord. You know, but you cannot deprive one an opportunity. An opportunity because a father's influence in a daughter's life is shape their self-esteem. It shapes their self-image. It shapes their confidence. Their attitude even towards men is different. When you have a father, it's different. Only the way they are approaching life will serve as an example for the daughter to build their own life the same way. You know, they won't choose a different way of living. They will always say, Daddy this, Daddy that. This is how Daddy wanted to do it. Because you have been that man, have been that support structure. You know, so women that say I can do it without a man. That man, he must stay there. Now I want to say it's not about maintenance. I grew up very well, spoiled. But look, do you hear my story? Then what are we saying about all those kind of things? And then sometimes you look into it, you have this teenage child that's giving you problem. Also, controller, rebellious. But if there was a father, we're not gonna
it's
go.
not it.
Yeah, this one, it's not. Marona basadi resolved. Hangwana, mommy, I met someone. I want to date. Radumel, that don't love you are still a teenage. We are not talking boys. Education. I understand. Fathers look at life in a different way than we look at life.
Sure. In the mind of a child, or you spoke something very important, and then you said, ngwana a hodiswang ke both parents, le ngwana a hodiswang ke a single parent. There is a difference. Is it emotionally, intellectual, or what's the difference? In which area?
Actually, it works out in emotions as well, and intellectually.
Yeah.
Hence, I was just mentioning to say most of the low rates and dropouts. If you can check, most of the people that drop out, statistically, it's children that were raised without fathers.
Wow.
So it also work out on your intellectual. You know, your life becomes there is no order. You know, and emotionally, then that's where you'll find a child banally the issues about suicide. That's where you'll find a child that wants to go a busy drug addict. You know, and then you find a child going out of the way completely. So it is both emotional and intellectually.
Yeah. Time now it is 28 minutes after 8, 28 minutes after 8 o'clock, and then I think maybe no, we are going to allow the calls cut 22.
Okay.
Cut 22. Just 10 minutes before we leave this platform, because we should be leaving around 10 to 5 for in preparation for the next show. But I'm interested to get to in the book, right? What are the most fascinating or very interesting chapters? Because I can see well, it looks big, but it is not that big, especially as a reader.
Okay.
And then categorically, the way you have placed your facts, very, very interesting, right? I like the style, because of probably more within the point form, in order to bring a certain or clear understanding, you know, in
more educative,
you know, in a point form, and in which it's a great thing. And then yeah, there's a lot that I can tell about the book itself. But what are the fascinating chapters that you don't want to leave more maybe Moretsi as a bit about them? Because of normally I used to say to people, summarize chapter 1, summarize chapter 2, summarize chapter 3. But I'm looking at time. It got now. Yeah. But what are those fascinating chapters that maybe you can summarize? Maybe 2, 3 of those chapters.
Okay, chapter 8 of the book, it speaks about Jehovah Rapha, the Lord, the healer. You know, that's the chapter that speaks about my journey when I discovered about my status.
Okay.
You know, and I break it down. You know, I speak how I experienced the power of God and how I saw God taking me from a deathbed, making me and turning me into the person that I am today. So that's the chapter along hori. If really one maybe only issue a certain sickness, you know, that they are struggling with, or a certain chronic disease that they are struggling with, I say to them, do this chapter, you know, get to read it and then let's see how can it work around your life and making you a better person.
Okay.
Chapter 5, it speaks about dealing with pain. You know, because when you go through these things, you need to be able to come to a point whereby you work around your healing. I spoke about Jehovah Rapha, speaking about dealing with pain. Then you need to know as to when you go through maybe the pain of abuse, losing a house, losing your husband, you know, losing your job. You can lose your husband through death or else through divorce. You know, how do you tackle that? How do you work around dealing with pain? So I've broke it down as to what worked for me and what I believe personally it could work with you. You know, and Muruti, because this is the second edition of Absence of the Father.
Yeah, I saw that. I wanted to ask about where's the first first
how I worked it out. God works in mysterious ways. I've decided to keep both books in one book.
Okay.
So the first chapter till chapter 10 of the first edition is still in the same book. Then I just did 4 additional chapters.
Oh, okay.
So if you don't have the first book, you are not losing anything. It's
Because
literally
of this,
you are having 2 books in one.
Okay.
You know, and the chapters that they were added. Well, one that is fascinating for Namrudine.
Guess.
You wanna guess?
Guess
I say believe.
Chapter 11.
In chapter 11.
Addiction kills, gambling and sex.
Sure. Yes.
I got it right. Yeah.
That's the most fascinating chapter. Yes. Addiction kills.
Yeah.
Gambling and sex. And in most cases, we avoid to speak about such things. We avoid to speak about those experiences. You know, because I'm 10,000.
Yeah.
It's okay. But that kills in a way that I worked Murutine. Beautiful job, getting paid good money. But don't ask me, Hori, where was the money going? Don't ask me what do I have, what did I do. Don't ask me. You know, because the story, it's in there. And when I outline it to certain things, certain habits, certain addictions. They don't just get birthed yesterday. This thing started when I was small, playing bozwipi, you know, playing body kariti, and you thinking when
it's just
you know,
a game.
Uto chalete ya mama mole, ulo dlala zwipi, snining house ile skolong, understand? Growing up, you thinking it's just a game. Kanti, it's in ya planter. Ya planter whoena it gets built up. You know? So there's the chapter. The last one. I'm not sure if there's the last one. Or it's what? Betrayal and a kiss of a friend.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
Yes, I that's one chapter that when I had to go through it and write it, I had felt Muruti, me and the gospel, me and preaching, me and these kind of platforms, we done. I thought it was over. But when the Lord revealed this to me and showed me how should I deal with betrayal, particularly we're not talking about somebody that you don't know, somebody that you used to eat with, somebody that you used to share a table with, and even a bed with, the closeness. Being the child of God, you know, finding people or finding someone rather to say, you are in my walk, really show me, we preach together, we do things together, you know, we are uplifting each other. You know, as pastors, we are human, you know, and I have mistakes. I don't have a clean past.
Yeah.
Hence, I wrote the book, you know, and most of the things I am not proud of. When I'm rooting goes to Chomiak, your son, even though he maybe, let's say, he's almost closer to us, or maybe Asia high, the gap, maybe it's not that much. Ne? There are some things that I cannot share with him.
True.
There are some things that I cannot share with a friend or somebody else that I minister to. I will share everything with you.
True.
Then you the same person. Go out there take it and run with it.
As it is.
Yes, Muruti. That was, for me, that was a killer. That was like, you know what? I know I've been struggling with this issue. Yeah, gambling, you know? And I don't see Sebeleta guy. But this one is the worst. You know, this one has shut me down. Hence, I came to a point whereby I concluded there's where I speak about the spiritual orphan. There's where I speak about a danger of a bleeding wound.
Sure.
Hey man, guys, please buy the book.
No, I can feel you. I can feel. Yeah, there is a lot. Let me just open up lines for our listeners, and
yes,
then whoever that wants a book.
Can't you ask them a question, right, man?
No, I'm gonna ask a question. Whoever that wants a book, I'm gonna ask you 2 questions, right? But I want them to call first. I'll ask them a question after.
Okay. That's a wisdom. I love that.
I want them to call.
Okay.
Do that. 063-361-0696. Call me. I'm gonna ask a question, and then once you have answered the question correctly, I'm gonna give you the book. Ke kopa hore o phone hone jwale. He will let me he will let see the lines. You can give us a call now. Moritzor now WESTSIDE FM. CWS2020 063-361-0696. Tlabentse ntse re tlota because the country ngata mo wena o letse fela e ka ele batshina ya line. I think ke ena le ena re tla yana re mele line, right? I hope you will call. Hawashebela other soapy or whatever. Call now. Kenali Nke Serobe, and then second edition book ya high, Absence of the Father, and then a very interesting a lady from a minister, sorry, not a lady.
It's fine.
A minister from the Val, Ferenege, came to the West Rand to come and give us such wisdom and information, a testimony of her life. Do that. Give us a call. 063-361-0696. 063-361-0696. Give me to call you how. Now, with that's when now the birth of this book started. And then you said, no, let me give these people the information about me. And then how things happened in my life.
And Muti, it was not an easy one.
Yeah.
Because mind you, HIV and AIDS, it is still a stigma.
Yeah.
And will always remain a stigma.
True.
So here you coming up to say, you know, I am HIV positive. I've been living with it for 10 years. You know, and I am seeing the grace of God, and you're trying to share your story. And yet unashamed. And you ask yourself a question, I wonder how people are going to take it.
Yeah.
Mind you, I'm a woman. Mind you, I'm a single mother. Mind you, I still do want to get married. You come across men that when you disclose, bajafats.
Yeah.
But for me, I told myself that this is my story because I asked God a simple question. God, when you say I should put this book down, why do you want to undress me in front of people that do not know me, that have their own skeletons in their closet, and yet you want mine to come forth? God told me one thing. It is not about you.
Yeah.
When I undress you, that's when I am clothing you with my glory. Because many are going to get healed through your story, through your experience. You know? So, Muruti, when we're talking about this, it's one of those things, towards the end, when I thought like, putting this book, the last 4 chapters, and putting the second edition was a very challenged one. I almost died. When I'm talking about I almost died, I'm talking about around about the 17th of December. We're still in January.
17th December.
Yes. We're still in January.
When was it out?
The book?
Yeah.
I had written and done everything. The printing was taking quite some time. You know, I think I finished sometime last year around October or so. But I was struggling with getting funds for the printing.
For print out.
Yes. So when everything was there, the money is there, the printing process is happening. That's when my health began to be challenged.
Yeah.
17th of December. When I went to the clinic, they called actually to say, they called my mother to say, we're looking for your daughter. She came here to test again, and then we have a blood test. We've never come across such blood tests in our entire life. So then I went. When I went, they told me that looking exactly the way that I look. Went there, the blood test, they say a different story to how I look. Say a different story completely to the way I am in terms of health-wise. And my daughter said the fact that they are saying that this thing is in the mind.
Yeah.
And which was true. After that, Muruti got there, they told me that your CD4 count is 1.
Yeah.
Nobody leaves Muruti at the CD. When I went there, they told me, the nurse, when she told me that my CD4 count is 1, she looked at me and says like, who drove you here? I said, I drove myself. Okay, you still look this way, and your CD4 count is 1. Your results versus to you and how you look and everything are two opposite things. You know, they had kopani. I don't know what kind of prayers you pray as mara. Yo mara mudimu wa hao kya matshaba. Mudimu wa hao kya mohlom. Yes, and then I began to be sick. Yan shapa. Yan shasela fast to a point of, I think sometime that other week I was in hospital. When I canceled to come, yes, it was because that's how it hit. It hit bad. I actually came to a point where I said, God, you know what, let me just tell whoever that the book is almost ready. This is where they must go and collect the copies, you know, and make sure that this book goes out there. People, they get to read it. People get inspired. People's life gets changed. I had thought it is finished.
Done with you.
Yes, done with me. I had given up. I remember phoning my bishop saying, Daddy, I've lost it. I don't have the strength anymore. I am letting go. The prayer that he prayed
shook the mountains.
Yes. Then I'm here today with that CD4 count of 1, a viral load of 43,000. Hence,
43,000.
yes, Mouti. It can be over 400 with the viral load. You know, 43,000 we're talking. The doctors, when I was at the hospital, said to me, you know what, there are people there sitting there with a CD4 count of 1,000 something, 3,000 something, fighting for their lives. And yet you are not in a wheelchair or napkins, whatever. Says, the God that you serve, you better go out there, run and work for him. So Muruti, this is my last chance. Hence I say Mesiri wrote my life. Hence I say I'm a miracle child. You know, I could have been dead, but God said no. When I speak about cheating death, I'm talking about I'm calling into abdala into manje. Yes, manje. Eso ungibona ngila namhlanje.
Yo.
Askisi.
No. Munetsi, I said I wanna give you a book about Nke Serobe, absence of the father. Please give me a call. I'm left with only 7 minutes. 7 minutes, I'll be leaving. Tiny, go shoponko. Ako try phone. The listeners back they are listening to the show right now. Yeah, we left with about 7 minutes. 7 minutes. That's what we are left with. And then you are here in the West Rand. Are you driving back to Val?
To the Val, definitely. Certainly.
You came for the show to give us.
I just came to impact and touch somebody's life, somebody that feels that they've lost hope, somebody that feels that, you know, they are helpless, somebody that feels that I cannot be able to make it again. I don't believe that I've got something to offer to the world to say there is hope. You know, there is hope. You can be able to stand up. It does not matter what situation you went through. It does not matter what circumstances you had to go through. It does not matter what challenges that you had to go through. You can stand up, shake yourself and say, God, you gave me one purpose. And if you know your purpose and what has called you to do, you're going to run with it. So I'm just here to call somebody to rejuvenate that person. You know, I say God has called me to restore, to reconcile, to rebuild, reconnect, you know, families. If you say, I had lost hope, go papaka. You know, I'm here to tell you today, you can do something about it. You can have a relationship with your father. You know, I'm here to say to mothers, banality baby mama drama, don't do that. Because
I mean, it's so bad to see parents barring it, these are my parents, and then fighting, you know, because of you. Ngwana o shebeletse mama ga go tshwere phone o folela papa ga go na le di conflicts and wa bona gore it is not lerato mona go na lerato but ke ntwa, you know. You grow up in that kind of a situation. Truly we building monsters in our kids.
So if when as a woman can accept what I can divorce it, it's okay. It was not meant to be. Find a way and a place for your own healing. Then move on to ask because raising a child as a single mother, it's not an easy one. You know, involve. You know, the drama are like no. He must pay this maintenance. It's not even about money. It's about that love, that support. Some fathers, they cannot be able to meet and be with their children for battle opportunity because of maintenance. This. And the part that I like to say, you find fathers that are detached. They are present fathers yet absent. You know, they are so present yet absent in their lives of their children. And I want to speak to them as well tonight and say, don't be a detached father. Have time with your child. Go out for movies. Get to know them. Get to understand them. Bond with them. Build the relationship with them. Understand what are they going through. Understand what in the era we are living in, what are their challenges. Be that kind of a man. Not forever on your TV, just because you're a businessman, when you are forever on your newspapers.
And your laptop.
And your laptop.
Yeah, we are on the phone.
And on our TVs. And when we are sitting on TV or everyone is like this.
Okay, we have our listener. Monitor now WESTSIDE FM. Hello. 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 Oh no. Okay, it's fine. Let's hope that the listener will call again. Monitor now WESTSIDE FM. Hello. 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 Okay. It looks like we have a challenge. Let's do this. Like it's a yana. A phone.
For an hour.
Okay.
You know, say, I just want to know how much do they pay you at work for an hour. Daddy answered the child, but he was very furious and angry, said like, why are you asking me how much are they paying me for an hour? You know. Then Daddy said, okay, they pay me so many dollars. You know. The child walked away, put aside whatever money that he had in his safe, and then came back and said, Daddy, can you please give me so many dollars? You know, Daddy said, I don't have money, I work hard for my money, I do overtime, I do this, I do this, I do this. You've got choice, what do you want with money, and wada. Then the child was angry and went to the bedroom. Daddy figured out and said, like, maybe, man, the child needed this for something important. When the father came back and said, what's the problem? How much did you need? Then the boy said to the father, I needed so many dollars. The father said, okay, here it is. The child went underneath his pillow, took out whatever that he has been saving, and said, Daddy, you said to me at work, for just an hour, they pay you, so let's say, $15. Here is $15. Can I just buy an hour with you?
Sure.
Just an hour with you. The father is there, yet detached. That story, my pastor, it moves me. It touches me. It shows me that we do have those fathers. Yes, you grow up in a family unity, and only both parents. But those fathers are not there. They are detached. And we need to call upon them and say, don't be that detached father. All that your child needs is some time with you. That love, just for you to hug them, just for you to embrace them, just for you to say, oh, you did well at school, you know. How was it today at school? Trying to find out what is happening in their life. Who are your friends? You know, those kind of things. They need that.
Sure. It's so true. You know, I wish I had another hour to spend with you, and so that we can really talk, and even our listeners are trying to call us. Yeah, but unfortunately time is against us. But I hope and I believe for it is not the end. It is not it is actually the beginning of you coming to the show and giving us such great wisdom and then helping us, you know, educating us, because of that's the most important thing, especially with the testimony that you have given us. Most of us never went through all that you have went through.
And while you're saying that, I've learned my lesson. I've learned my lesson because I want to speak to somebody that says they've got the bigger faith.
Yeah.
You know, they've got the strong faith.
So, yeah.
Because Mudima Kasan are now fail the chances. Hangata. The last one, you will blow it. I had to go back and say, Wasaki Mudim, because you've called me for a purpose. Let me stop being ignorant. You know, thinking I've got this big faith. Mudim, now I am gonna go back and take my medication. Because you gave me an opportunity to live again, and I am not gonna die and die because of my ignorance, and die because I believe it was the good thing. Thank you for the 8 years that you have given me and the 9 years that you have sustained me. But going forward, I am going back on ARVs. So if you're on chronic medication, do yourself a favor.
Take your chronic medication.
God works hand in glove with doctors. You know,
again, we've got pastors that say, leave your medication, leave your leave everything.
And they've never undergone your journey. Hana diabetes, hana high blood, hana HIV. About leave your medication. God is a healer. No, we are not underestimating the power of God as far as healing is concerned. He is indeed the healer. The fact that he kept me for that 8 years, it's the grace. It's the grace. And I believe there is the solution to it.
True.
You know, there is the solution to it. So I needed to highlight that I have learned my lesson. I'm back on my medication. I will never do that mistake again. I've got a daughter. I've got a daughter that I need to live for.
Live for that daughter.
I've got people that need to hear my story. I have people that need to be. Yes, there are people that I need to impact. There are families that need to hear that we can be able to do it together.
Sure. That's powerful indeed, and I'm grateful. So you ministering some Sunday?
Ruth, Ash, can I say my closing words?
Say them.
Can I say them?
Say them in the next minute.
In the next minute, I want to thank God for the absence, Father, for there is a present Father. In the absence, Father, there is a present Father. You know, I want to say to somebody that is listening right now, the book, if you get it, it's going to heal you in a special mighty way, because you're going to discover who you are, your roots, your sense of belonging, you know, your sense of insecurities, your hopelessness, and you'll be able to regain your sense of purpose, you know, and start all over again. And Mamela, against all odds, I made it. Yeah. I saw the hand of God. So I want to say to you, if you want the copy of this book, I'm not sure if Muruti, I'm allowed to give my numbers on air.
You can, no problem.
If you want a copy of this book, you can actually even follow me on Facebook, Nke Serobe, you know, and I have a page and I've got an account which is full. I'll create space for you. Some people need to go, you know.
Some people need to go.
Yeah, right. Nke Serobe, and then the page is Nke Serobe. Instagram, it's Nke Delicious, you know, and you can be able to follow me there. But my number is 079 174 9534. The copy is available at a price, you know. But if you need a copy and you are around and you are trying to make a call and you couldn't get it, please join me. I'll be at a church here called Progress Ministry International on Sunday, you know, in the morning, 9:30 service. Yeah. You know, come and hear the story. Come and hear the power of God being unpacked, you know. I believe that you're definitely gonna join me there. The number 079 174 9534. I am called to restore, to rebuild, to reconnect, reconcile broken relationships and families. That's my ministry.
Wow. Le mutlu de khay moretsi wa rena wa WESTSIDE FM ki Nke Serobe. That actually was my guest host, not a you know. So I'm not sure who can kereke kgotsa go kena but anyway, whatever that will be happening, that's what is going to be happening. Actually, whatever that will be happening, that's what has to happen. Then Sunday, then when I speak to you on the Morning Glory Gospel Show, where I believe, you know what, we can make it, we are going to make it. Amen. And we are going to lift the name of the Lord up above more than any other thing, and then to raise the flag that declares Jesus as the King in the West Rand, in the entire city of the West Rand. So thank you for tuning to WESTSIDE FM. I really appreciate. I don't take your listening for granted, but I appreciate, because there's so many things that you could be doing, but unfortunately, fortunate enough, you decided to listen to my show, Kina Limona Nke Serobe. And thank you very much, madam, for coming through. And then I bless the Lord for your life. I'm very blessed. To be honest, I'm so blessed. I'm blessed. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah. Thank you so very much. It was a great honor. Thank you. We appreciate it, and we thank the Lord for you coming through. The track here that I foresee, it is actually the track in my heart. I'm saying, yeah, no, it deserves for it. Yeah, but I say, I you know, but I also believe for this one will be one inspiring levels of Amen. It's a worshiping song. Amen. Amen.